Okay, let's begin. First of all, I'm really sorry for the delay because something wrong with our webinar system that some people cannot join it, so it is delayed. My apologize for it. So let's begin now. First, please allow me to give our hearty welcome to all of you present, and thank you very much for your friendly coming. It is really great for us to have all of you attend this webinar, of which the theme is interpretation on new policy, healthy food failing in China. Here I'd be delighted to introduce myself in brief. My name is Kathy Yu as the speaker, and now is responsible for the food safety and regulatory affairs in CRRS. This webinar is supposed to last about 40 minutes and to be separated into 9 parts. We are going to follow this content. Please see it. First, we will have an over-introduction of healthy food in China. Then we will have an overview of China healthy food failing regulations. Then we will introduce the healthy food failing background, and we will introduce the raw material directory and excipient directory. Then we will introduce the available dosage form of healthy food failing. And meanwhile, we will introduce the process of healthy food failing and also the dosing requirements of healthy food failing. Meanwhile, the test requirements of healthy food failing. Last of all, we will introduce the estimated failing duration and cost. To begin with, I'd like to introduce the healthy food in China. We can know that the names of healthy food is different in different countries. We can see that in China, we call it healthy food, but in EU, we call it food supplement. And in USA, we call such product as dietary supplements. And in Canada, we call such products as natural health products. And in Australia, we call it complementary medicines. And in Korea, we call the healthy food as health functional food. And in Japan, we call such products as food with health claims. Okay, then let's find the definition of healthy food in China. So, what is healthy food in China? Actually, healthy food has a specific health function or supply of vitamins and or minerals. And healthy food is suitable for specific groups of people. Meanwhile, healthy food regulates body's function. But please note that healthy food cannot treat any disease. And healthy food has no acute, subacute, or chronic health effect to human body. It means that healthy food cannot hurt human body. And healthy food is very different from general common food or medicines. So today we will introduce the classification of healthy food in China. In China, we can divide healthy food into 2 parts. The first one is the nutrition supplement, and the second one is the functional healthy food. So what is nutrition supplement? Actually, nutrition supplement can provide the vitamins and or minerals, but it cannot provide energy or other active ingredients. If healthy food is labeled with health function claims and has physiological effects on the human body. If a healthy food has some other active ingredients, but it is not vitamins or minerals, then it is a functional healthy food. Yes. let's see the healthy food filing regulations in China. Let us have an overview of it. So the most important law of the healthy food is the Food Safety Law of the People's Republic of China. Actually, the latest and it's the new version of the Food Safety Law is the 2015 version. It is very important because Food Safety Law regulates healthy food. And the second one is administrative measure on healthy food registration and filing. In this measure, it also regulates the requirements and the procedures of the filing. But as we know, it is not very detailed. If we need to see the details of the healthy food filing, we need to follow up with the GB 16740 and the Healthy Food Raw Material Directory and the Directory of Healthy Function available to claim for healthy food, and also the Healthy Food Filing Guideline, and also the available excipient for healthy food filing and their usage rules. And the last regulation is the main production process of healthy food filing products. We can see that the last three regulations was released on May 2, 2017. So actually, the healthy food filing policy was implemented since May 2, 2017, because the CFDA can only implement the new policy filing since all the regulations were released. So I think a lot of people was focused on what kind of healthy food need to apply for healthy food filing, because some people know that there is healthy food registration in China also. But what kind of healthy food could apply the filing? Actually, the domestic healthy food of which the raw materials meet requirements in the healthy food raw material directory, then it can do the filing, not the registration. But for imported products, only the imported nutrition supplement of which the vitamins and minerals meet the requirements in the healthy food raw material directory, then it could do the filing. So it is different for domestic healthy food and imported healthy food. For domestic healthy food, if the raw materials meet the requirements in healthy food raw material directory, then it could do the filing. But for imported healthy food, only the imported nutrition supplement, could has the right to do the filing. So it is different. And let's see the application qualification for filing. It is also very different for domestic and imported healthy food. For domestic healthy food, the filing applicant should be the factory who has the production certificate. But for imported healthy food, the filing applicant could be the legal people or other organization. So it means that healthy food filing, it means that for imported healthy food, the filing applicant could entrust contractor manufacturer to produce products. So it is different. For domestic, only the factory who has a production certificate could apply the filing. But for imported healthy food, the applicant could be the manufacturer, or could be a company that has no production certificate. Yes. Then let's have an overview of the healthy food raw material directory. The first directory called the healthy food raw material directory We can also call it nutrition supplement raw material, vitamin and minerals directory, because in the first batch there is only vitamins and minerals are approved in the directory. We can see that it was released and implemented on January 12, 2017, and it was released by the department CFDA. In this first batch, it contains 22 kinds of vitamins and minerals, and it contains 77 compounds. The 22 kinds of vitamins and minerals is the nutrient vitamin and mineral, and the 77 is the sources of the vitamins and minerals. We call it compounds. We can take let's take the mineral magnesium as an example. In the directory, we can see it has a nutrition name, magnesium, and it also lists the compounds. I mean the sources of the magnesium. So these five magnesium compounds are allowed to be used for phthalate products. For example, the magnesium carbonate, and you need to comply with the GB 25587. I mean the raw material magnesium carbonate should comply with the GB. And we can also see the scope. It means that this magnesium carbonate could be used for all people. We can see that the suitable class is the people aged from 4 years old. But we can see that the daily intake limit is different for different ages people. You can see that, for example, for 4 to 6 years old children, the minimal daily intake is 30, and the maximal daily intake is 200. But for adults, the minimal daily intake is 65, and the maximal daily intake is 315. So it is so the daily intake is different for different aged people. So when the manufacturer or the company develop a new phthalate product, you need to comply with the healthy food raw material directory, and you need to see the tables. Actually, in the following cases, the vitamin and mineral nutrition supplements are considered as not complying with the requirements of healthy food raw material directory. We can see that the first one is if the daily intake of vitamins and minerals is not in compliance with the healthy food raw material directory, then it is not complying with the directory. For example, if the daily intake is more than the limit or less than the limit, then it is not complying. For the second one, if the components of the vitamins and minerals that are not listed in the healthy food raw material directory, take the magnesium for example. A lot of compounds are the listed 5 compounds. If you use the other sources of magnesium, then it is not complying with the healthy food raw material. And the third one is the supplemented vitamins and minerals are not listed in the healthy food raw material directory. For example, for the iodine, in China, iodine is not a supplement of vitamin or mineral. Then it is not listed in the directory. If you use it, it means you are not complying with the healthy food raw material directory, then you cannot do the filing. The last one is the structures or composition of the listed components are changed by extraction or other reprocessing procedures. If it is changed, if the sources of the vitamins or minerals are changed, then it is not complying. Then let's see the available excipients for healthy food filing. On May 2, 2017, the available excipients for healthy food filing and their usage rules was released and implemented by the FDA. In it, there are 179 kinds of excipients allowed to be used. Let's take 3 excipients as an example. The first one is the Arabic gum. It means the Arabic gum is allowed to be used for filing healthy food, but the Arabic gum should comply with the relevant GB. It is GB 29949. And we can see that it also regulates the dosage limit for different filing products. In this regulation, we divided it into 2 parts. The first one is the solid filing products, and the second one is the liquid filing products. In these 3 samples, maybe the dosage limit is the same, but for some other excipients, maybe the dosage limit is different for solid or liquid products. Okay. So for the available excipients for healthy food filing, there are 3 additional cases that need your attention. For the usage of food filing, if its composition should be listed in GB 2760 or listed in the Annex A of GB 30610. The dosages can be appropriate according to the production, but the food filing should be listed in these 2 GBs. And for the usage of coating premix, its composition should be listed in GB 2760 or Chinese pharmacopoeia, the 2050 version. The dosage can be also appropriate according to the production. And for the excipient used in preparing encapsulated and microencapsulated raw material, its composition should be listed in GB 2760 or the food raw materials in available excipient for healthy food filing. The dosage can be appropriate according to the production. So for these 3 cases, maybe it is different. You can refer to some other regulations such as GB 2760. And according to the main production process of healthy food filing products, the first batch of available dosage form includes the below 5 dosage forms: tablet, capsule, soft capsule, granule, and oral liquid. It means that for the moment, you can only fill in such 5 dosage form. If your product is powder, or maybe gum, or maybe other candy, it is not allowed to do the healthy food filing for the moment. But as we know, the CFDA will update the dosage form So maybe in the near future, some other dosage forms can also do the healthy food filing. For example, the gum maybe the dosage gum will be in the second batch of available dosage form. Yes, let's hope it. Then let's move to the process of healthy food filing. Actually, CS is very strongly suggest our clients to do the filing feasibility analysis in the first step, because if the formula or the product is complying with the Chinese regulation, then let's move on to the next step. If it is not complying, what we need to do is to change the formula, change the product. We cannot still move on to the next step. If we move it, then it is a waste of money and time. So filing feasibility analysis is very important. If it is compliant, then we can move on to the next step, sample test, and we can move on to prepare documents. And if all is ready, then we can apply for large account in the CFDA assistant, and also submit documents online. After the online documents are approved, we can submit paper documents to filing agency. And sometimes, if it is needed, we need to also submit the supplemental materials. I mean, maybe the CFDA or the local FDA require us to revise some of the documents, or maybe prepare some additional materials. We need to also prepare it. And after our preparing all the documents and testing samples, testing reports, then we can get the filing approval on site. So we think it is much easier than the healthy food registration. We can see that if our product is complying with the Chinese regulation, we can apply a large account and also submit documents online. Actually, the trial operation of the healthy food filing system has already begun since May 1, 2017. And the applicant can start to apply for large account now. For healthy food filings, there are some dozen requirements. It means that you need to prepare and submit all the listed documents to the CFDA. For example, the healthy food filing applicant form and the copies of legally registered certificates of the applicant, and the product formulation materials, the product production process materials, and some safety and function assessment materials, and the information of packaging materials in direct contact with the product, and also some samples of product label and packaging insert, and the product technical requirements, which was composed, yes, and the test according to product technical requirements, and the product name materials, and some other materials maybe can prove your product is safety and health function. It helps, yes. And actually, for imported products, there are additional required documents as following. For example, the qualifications certifying documents issued by government authorities or legal service agencies in the producing country of origin, proving that the registration applicant is the overseas manufacturing of the healthy food market. Actually, in this case, the overseas manufacturing means the legal person or the organization. It is not means the factory. It is different from the domestic products. And the certifying documents issued by government authorities or legal service agency in the producing country of origin, proving that the product has been marketed for more than a year, or some safety report of overseas sales and consumers feedback. Actually, in the regulation, it means that if you cannot prepare the 1 year document, you can prepare the safety report of overseas sales or consumer feedback. Actually, as we know, CFDA do not like such preparation. They like the 1 year document. So we suggest our client to prepare the 1 year document. Because the FDA always like some certificates. And the Health Food Associated standards issued by the product producing country of origin or international organizations is also need to prepare to provide to CFDA. And the packaging label, packaging insert for products marketed in the producing country of origin. And also for foreign affairs run by overseas manufacturing permanent representative in China, a copy of the registration certificate of overseas enterprises permanent Chinese representative office should be provided. For foreign affairs run by domestic agencies such as CIRS, entrusted by overseas manufacturers, the applicant should provide the original notarized certificate of entrustment and copies of business license of the agencies entrusted are also needed to provided. Actually, there are 3 general requirements for the submitted documents of imported products. Let's have a look. The first one is the Chinese translation of foreign proof documents and foreign label and packaging insert should be notarized by Chinese notary authorities and in accordance with the origin content. And any proof documents, authorization letter, agreement issued by overseas institution should be the origin copy with the official language of the country of origin, and also with the company's seal or legal representative or authorized person signature. The orange copy should be notarized by the notary authorities and confirmed by the Chinese base in the country of origin. The authorization letter should specify filing applicant the name of the company who was authorized, product name, and commit and just issue date. Okay. Then let's see the testing requirements of healthy food filing. For healthy food filing, we need to carry out 2 different tests. The first one we call it filing test, and the second one we call it filing self-test. The filing test, which should be carried out in Chinese qualified laboratory, includes active ingredients test and the hygienic test. We need to test the samples for 3 batches, and the sample requirements is the finished products. For filing self-test which can be carried out in self-manufacturing or entrusted to Chinese qualified laboratory includes active ingredients tests, hygienic tests, and stability test. It means that for failing self-test, the applicant can do the test by the manufacturer itself, or could entrust Chinese qualified laboratory to carry out the self-test. And the batch amount is the same. It should be tested for 3 batches of sample, and the sample requirement is the finished product. Meanwhile, please note that if the failing test and failing self-test are carried out in the same laboratory, then 6 batches of samples should be provided. So we think we do not suggest applicant to arrange the tests in one laboratory, because in one laboratory you need to produce 6 batches of sample. It is a waste of money. Yeah. Finally, let's see the estimated failing duration and cost. We can see that usually for product failing feasibility analysis, it will cost about 3 workdays. And for self-test, because of the stability test, it will cost about 3 to 4 months. For failing test, which includes active ingredients test and hygienic test, it usually takes about half a month. And for dossier preparation and submission, we can take it as 1 month. But if it is urgent, I think CIS could make it shorter. But for supplement documents, for the moment we are not very sure how many times we need to take about it, because the cases are different. And for failing approved on site, it only costs 1 workday. So the total duration of healthy food failing lasts about 5 months to 9 months. Yes. And please note that the self-test can be arranged in Chinese qualified laboratory. So if client entrusts the CIS to arrange a test, the self-test and failing test could be carried out at the same time. Then we think half a month will be saved. And finally, let's see the failing cost estimation. For the failing consulting fee, it is about 15,000 to 100,000 RMB. And for failing test fee, which include active ingredients test fee and hygienic test fee, it usually takes about 20,000 RMB. But it depends on the active ingredients amount. If there are lots of vitamins and minerals, the testing fee will be much expensive. Sorry. Right. And for failing self-test fee, which include active ingredients test fee and hygienic test fee and stability test fee for 3 batches of sample. So because of the stability test, it will be tested many times. So the test fee is much higher than the failing test fee. It usually needed to cost about 15,000 RMB, and just like the failing test fee, if there are lots of vitamins and minerals, lots of active ingredients, then the testing fee will be higher. In addition, if some applicant, some company could do the self-test in the manufacturing, I think self-test fee can be saved, because we think in the manufacture itself, it will cost less. But if we arrange the tests in other Chinese qualified laboratory, it is much higher. Yes. Oh yes. Thank you for attending our webinar. I'm really sorry. That it is delayed. So because there's something wrong with our webinar system. So I'm sorry again. But anyways, thank you very much for coming to our webinar. We will send this presentation to all of you present later by the email. In addition, if you have any question, please do not hesitate to contact us. You can call me at the number 87206538, and you can also contact me via the email. Yes, thank you again.